What's up? So glad you're here. I'm super excited for this one. When I record a voice note on my phone and click a button, I'm going to transcribe, fire this automation, transcribe it, and create a document that looks something like this for me to follow to then go create my content. It's going to create a framework for me from a voice note that I can just go execute on like super fast. So while I'm going to go ahead and upload, I'm going to demo this for you right now and click on upload. So there's a tool that I'm using called Drive Sync. I'm on Android. I will give a link to the link to these apps that I'm using for the voice note recorder and the sync tool. So I'm going to go ahead and syncing that right now. Go ahead and go over to my content ideas here. And in just a second, we'll see that file appear. Once that file appears, I will click on the run once button and it will fire this automation. I'm going to walk you through this automation here in just a second. We are going to, after the demo, set this to run probably twice a day, but I'll get into that here in a second. Once I've run this, you're going to see here that it is going to add the file to my Airtable database. It's going to be the date that it was uploaded, the title of it, the link to the document, and the status. Is going to upload it here. So right here, the voice note has appeared. Awesome. It is going to create a document much like this. And it is going to send me an email alert right here. Let me go ahead and demo this for you. So I'm going to click on run once. Awesome. So right here, it just downloaded. It just saw the change in the folder. So right here, we're doing a watch files in a Google folder action. So it saw that MP3 was uploaded to the file from my phone. It then downloaded the file here. From here, we're transcribing this MP3. It was about a 7-minute conversation that I had talking about actually this recording that I'm doing right now. And right now, this agent is following this prompt right here. And it is executing on this prompt to create the framework document that is going to show up in my library right here. So it is going to create the Google document with the correct title, the date, etc. That document is going to appear here shortly. And then it will also show up. I will get an email notification here that I can just click a link and get at it. So this is done. I'm going to walk you through step-by-step exactly how to build this. I just want to demo it for you first right away. So let's go ahead and take a look inside of our, here it just came in, inside of Airtable, we have today's date, a voice note to content creation framework. Perfect. If I click on this link right here, it's going to give me the document. Cool. Here it is. Here's today's date. This is the link to the audio file that I uploaded to it so I can listen to myself again or whatever. It's processing right now, but this is going to be where the link lives. If I show you right here, this would be one right here. So it's processing in Google Drive right now. But you can see right here, I can play it inside. Cool. So that is the correct link. The next thing I want to do is come into here. Awesome. So it gives me a quick summary, gives me quotes that I use inside of my notation. Sometimes I'll just talk to it and say, make sure I include this concept, or we want to make sure we cover this in the video. These are the key concepts that I want to make sure I cover inside of the content. These are the assets that I'm going to need for the video, the task list. So it gives me a list that I can just follow to execute on, and it gives me the raw transcript right here. So look, most of these tools give us something like this. Cool. We have a nice transcript. I can take this, go to ChatGPT and have it give me the break, give me the things, but it's really messy and cumbersome. And I just wanted a system where I can create a library from my phone. I talk to my phone, click a button, it goes off to my library, and then it's there and I can go execute later. Cool. Let me show you inside of my Gmail account here. I created this extension. It's called Gmail Inbox Blur. If you want this tool, let me know, or you want me to do a training on this, drop a comment below like, yeah, an inbox blur tool for Gmail would be super helpful. I found it to be incredibly helpful. So right here, I know it's come in. It's the most recent email. I'm going to click on it, go ahead and unblur my inbox. Cool. Content document ready. Here is the thing. And I click on that and there is the document. Awesome. So hopefully you can see right now, I have a content library for all the frameworks that I need blueprints for how to go create the content that I need to record. Down the line, for sure, I will expand this to actually just create the content for me. But right now, I just want to be like, okay, let's start with building the framework, creating the framework from my voice so that at least it's clear and I can quickly audit to look at, what are these ideas am I like in the mood for or really aligns with my marketing goals to produce, to tackle today or this week or whatever. And then of course we can cycle our statuses here inside Airtable. Okay, so here's the automation. Without further ado, if you want this blueprint and you want the prompt for our framework generator, link in description. You're happy to download the blueprint here. To do that, you simply click on the buttons. You go import blueprint. I'll have the blueprint lined up, link in description, and you can get access to this as well as the prompt, the very important prompt piece right here. Awesome. Let's go ahead and build this. First thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and create a new scenario. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to call this LB Live Build AI Voice to Content Framework. Cool. And here, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a search for Google Drive, and we're going to watch files in a folder. You're going to need to connect your account here. I don't know if I need to do a tutorial on how to connect your Google account. It's really straightforward, but you will need a Google Drive account. Go ahead and connect the correct account. Awesome. From there, we're going to have created by time, choose a drive. I'm going to leave it at my drive. And here we're going to pick the folder right here. Boom. These are my MP3s that I'm dropping into here from my phone. So this is the folder you want to watch. You may name it something else, whatever you want, but you're going to need a folder that the scenario is looking for. Awesome. Let me go ahead and save this anyway, because I want this to show up here. And click on refresh. Cool. And then I have this little trick is like, I got my naming conventions down so I can easily toggle back through. I will be just borrowing information from here and carrying it over to this one. So I have the action. This is the trigger event. We're going to watch this and we're going to go ahead and pick our folder here. Actually, I'm in the wrong account here. Let me pick this one. Make sure you're in the right account. Cool. Go ahead and search for content. Cool. Inside of here, we're going to drill down to the subfolder, content ideas. And I believe that is all I want. I don't want these. Okay, cool. So I want the root folder content ideas. Awesome. I want to watch all file types. I'll limit to, for me, I'm going to do like a limit of 5. Here's what this means. If you're recording a lot of voice notes throughout your day, maybe you're in magical inspiration, you might want to up this limit, but ultimately it will process one at a time up to this many numbers. So if I create 3 voice notes and I have this updated to 5 for this duration that I set here, it will update those 3 and then stop because I have the limit set to 5. If I do 10, it will do the first 5. It will stop. It will wait for the next trigger time, and then it will do the next 5. I hope that's clear. Just go ahead and click on save here. Awesome. From here, we're going to go ahead and I would just say from now on, this is like, from when do you want this watch time to start? Or from when do you want this number like to execute? Cool. So from here, awesome. Click save. Done deal. Next up, we're going to do a get a file or download a file. We're going to go download a file. Fantastic. And then from here, we're going to leave this set to enter manually. And the file ID is going to be from this step right here, which is the file ID. We're going to select on file ID. Awesome. Next step, we're going to do a whisper action with ChatGPT. So we're going to go into ChatGPT, Whisper, DALL-E. We're going to scroll down to create a transcription, not translation. Pay attention. They look very similar. Use transcription. Translate as you're going from English to Spanish. Transcription is voice to text. Awesome. Leave it Whisper 1. I left the prompt alone. The response format is going to be text. Now, you will need a OpenAI connection. If you want me to do a tutorial on how to create your OpenAI API account, drop a comment below. Let me know. I will do that. No problem. And I'll link it around here somewhere. Leave this set to Google Drive, download a file, and click on save. Awesome. Let's go ahead and click update, save. Why are we empty? Because I didn't give it something to what's happening here. File name, file data, whisper, save. That was weird. I'm glad that happened. I'm not sure why that happened because I left this alone. I hope you saw that. When I clicked on map, it filled these in. And then when I clicked on save, just left it. But so if the error, we're seeing those two red screens, just toggle this, click on save. It's good because it pre-mapped it. It already like mapped it, named, it's smart enough to know what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead, click on drive, download a file. Awesome. Set to go there. Now, the next one we're going to do is create the document creator. Let me go ahead and show you what's going on behind the scenes so you can see the value. So right here, if I click, you can see that I have the name came through right here. This is the MP3 that it grabbed. If I come into this, you're going to see this is the file ID that it grabbed from right here. Awesome. This is the transcription. So what am I transcribing? If I do the text, here is the transcription. Awesome. Check out the input. What's super cool is like, I love this stuff because who knew that my voice MP3 would look like this? Like what? It's so fascinating to me. To be frank, I don't know what half this stuff means. I just know it works. And that's the magic of the age we live in. Awesome. So here's my transcript. Then right here, I feed the transcript into the agent. This is the message that came in. So this is I gave it an assistant. I tell it this is the big long prompt that I gave it. Awesome. And then from here, this is the content that I gave it. That is the transcript. Cool. So I feed it that. Let's go ahead and build this out over here. Awesome. So we're going to do actually, let's name this. Watch a file, download a file. This is going to be rename this guy to transcribe 3. Okay. Here's the deal that you need to know about. The M4A files did not work. So right here, it shows, and it could be the application that I'm using on my phone. I don't know. Actually, when I come into here and I go to map, it's saying that the M4A files are accepted. I don't know if you can see that right here. The M4A files were what my phone app natively recorded in. Error, unsupported file type. I'm like, what the heck? I tried an MP3. It worked perfectly, meaning I was able to upload an MP3, download MP3, transcribe MP3. M4A did not work. I've not tried with any of these other formats. Let me know if you have in a comment below. So for me, I'm just making sure it's an MP3 and I'm good. Awesome. Now we got to drop in our prompt. So we're going to do a chat completion. We're going to do not message an assistant. We're going to create a completion. Cool. Another fun fact that I learned, the prompt that I created, which is right here, which you can get this if you link in description. This prompt, when I dropped it in, was throwing when I chose the O3 system, was throwing your deal is violating our terms of service. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, there's nothing I'm doing here. So keep in mind, if you get that error, switch models. 4.0 works great. I just choose the 4.0 system right here. That is the model. Max completion tokens. You're going to want to set that to empty, most likely, unless you are concerned about token limits. What's going to happen is your file here is going to be really short and it won't be complete. I just found that happened really quickly. You're not going to burn through that many tokens, most likely. So just set that to 0. If you start eating up a bunch of tokens, come in here and set a limit. Cool. That said, we have now our OpenAI connection set up. We have, and again, if you need me to do a tutorial on this, I'm happy to. You just do a search on it, ask ChatGPT how to do it. Select your model. I got 4.0 system right here. And add message. So the first message is going to be, I have them set up as believe it was an assistant. Let me double check this, how I got this set up here. Boom. We got an assistant, then the prompt, and then we have the user, and then we pass the transcript. Great. So right here at assistant, grab the prompt, which is right here. So what this prompt is telling it to basically analyze the transcript and give it to me like this. And I'm very clear on exactly what I'm looking for. Come back in, drop in that prompt. Awesome. So there is my prompt. Now, one thing you're going to look for right here is you're going to want to look for these dead blocks. Inside this prompt, I give it the link to this file right here. So what I'm going to do is click inside the field, web view link, awesome, and then delete the old one. Arrow back, delete, done. And I don't think there's anything else I need to configure in this section. Cool. So that is done. Go back into there. Cool. Light roast, dark roast, cream and sugar, black. Let me know in the comments. What's your guess? What's my coffee style? Let me know. Cool. Then here we're going to add a message. Role is going to be user. This is you saying, so think about it this way. If you're not clear on this, this is you setting the context to ChatGPT saying, hey, I want you to act as a transcription agent, and your job is to take the transcript that you receive and turn it into this content framework that I can refer to at a later date to create my content from. Awesome. So that's what we're doing here. Down here is like, and then you say, are you ready for the transcript? And he's like, yeah, David, go ahead and send me the transcript. That's what we put here as the user. So assistant, this is the role, the agent, what it's like intentional to do, the big juicy prompt. And then here is the user. Sometimes you can just, if it's super quick, I'll show you in the title generation deal. I don't need to go set it as a role or anything like that. Cool. Great. And I say over here, just to make things easy, I'm going to go into this. I should just leave this open. Cool. So here is the raw transcript. Copy this. Control C, come over. Here is the raw transcript. And that's not going to work because we have to go to here. Boom. That's it. So that's what we got. Fantastic. That is done. Next up, title generator. Cool. This one's really straightforward. So I'm going to pass the output, the framework to here, say, hey, find the title that's in the framework and output it. Don't comment on your output. It's right here. So this is the prompt that I give it. Come in and notice I just make it, notice here that I just set it as a user. I don't need to get it's a very simple basic task. I don't need to get detailed here. So come back in. Okay, that's all looking good. Let's rename this to, this is content framework agent. That's what that is. We're going to do another chat completion. A chat completion. 4.0 is fine. You could probably even just do like 4.0 mini. It's super, super straightforward. Save on those tokens, yo. 4.0, let's do 4.0 mini. Why not? 4.0 mini system. Max complete. This is literally like 20 tokens or whatever. Add a message. It's going to be a role user. Paste in my prompt. Please find the title section from this text and output the title only as you found it. Do not comment on your output. Here is the text. Great. From here, we're going to put in the results. Cool. And save. Fantastic. So we're going to rename this right away. This is going to be the title generator. Awesome. Now so why did I do this? I did this rather than getting into JSON and like breaking everything down. I'm like, I'm going to use a couple tokens on a completion, have it analyze the document. It's going to have the title in here, very obviously what it's called. And I'm just going to have it output that title as a result, which I can then feed into my Google Documents step to create the title. Super straightforward. So let's go into Drive. I should go to Docs, Google Docs, create a document. Awesome. So pick the right account. Cool. Name. So that is going to be the result from the title generator right here. And the content actually right here. Now check this out. This is pretty good. I just discovered this the other day, and here's what I found. Right here, you have the magic AI button. This is great. Click on this and just put in today's date. Boom. You get 100 credits with your paid make account. Maybe you get free credits if you're on the free account. I don't know, but it formats a date for you without me having to go dig around and find it. Totally worth the credit. Hit apply. Awesome. So now I have actually I had my cursor in the wrong area here, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and move my results. Cool. Awesome. And then I want the pipe right here. Did you know that's called a pipe? That's a pipe. Awesome. So I have the title that's generated right here, and then the day's date. Awesome. The content, what's that going to be? The content here, close out of this, that content is going to be the content framework agent output. Let's go ahead and grab that, which is going to be, so go back to start. This is the content framework agent. Awesome. Now, I want to show you something. Well, let's finish configuring, and then we're going to style this here in just a second. My drive, where do I want to put this? I'm going to put this in my, let's search for content. Has a lot of weird face movements. That's what it is. This is how I work. Dig it or don't. Up to you. Okay, content ideas. Inside of here, I'm going to go into my content library, content docs library. Awesome. It's going to show up in that place. Fantastic. I'm not going to save it right now because I don't want to have to open it again. Let me show you something. This is something that I learned working inside of Google Documents to get HTML to render correctly inside the document. See how this looks really great? We got the right header style. We got bold formatted correctly. The text looks good. Line breaks more or less working. What I've found is that the result doesn't come through that way if I don't kind of brute force with a little bit of code at first. Here's what that means. Here's what that looks like. So inside of here, you can see I have an H2 tab with the date that I copied from up here. So I force the beginning of the HTML inside of Google Docs, and it works. Sometimes I found if I don't force it this way, it spits out garbled and it does not format it as HTML. Totally up to you, however you want to do it. If you get it to work, great. A different way of doing it, let me know in the comments. That'd be great. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to borrow this. So I have to do it again. I'm already right here. So I'm going to copy that, come on over, bam. So that's how that's going to work. And then do I have a line break in here? I do have a line break. So give myself a line break. Cool. So at the very top, we're going to see it like this. Cool. And then below that, we're going to have the result, which will be formatted. So by the way, we haven't run it yet, so we can't see the result. That's how you set that up. Okay. So that one's done. Next up, we're going to do Airtable, and we're just about done. We're doing Airtable and a Gmail. Now, if you don't, I do have slotted how to set up an Airtable. It'll be a real quick one. I'll link that below here. I'll come back to this video later after I record it and add it to you. Don't know when that's going to be, but it's on the to-dos. Look for Airtable. Do a search for the Airtable module. We're going to create a record. Cool. Pick your Airtable key or base. So I'm already connected here inside. I've already connected my base and my key. So I'm going to choose that already. Again, in a different video, I will show you how to do this. Awesome. The base is going to be AI voice notes content framework. Awesome. So I picked the connection, I picked the base, and then from here, I'm picking the table. So what I'm doing is I'm referencing inside of Airtable, like I need the base, I need the correct connection, and now we got to map the fields right here. Here's how that's going to work. So we're going to pick table 1. Date created is going to be, check this out. So I'm going to go into, what is it, calendar? Cool. I'm going to just go now. Bam. The way I have my Airtable set up right here for you to note is that this field is set to, it's a date field set to the date format. And I clicked on default to current date. Cool. So that's how I have that set. That's what's working. That said, let's go ahead and map out our fields. So content ID title. Well, that's this right here. So that's our title generator. So again, this is another clean way for us to pass the information not only to our Google document here, right, but also into our database right there. So we're going to go ahead and click on content title. We're going to grab the result from the title generator. We're going to now, this is the document link. So this is the web view link from our Google Docs output. Awesome. And I need to rename this here in a second. And then the status, we're going to just say type to do. Now you may have a different status. What I found is that whatever this status is, if I type it in exactly with the right capitals, the right spacing and all that, it does recognize it and it automatically, kind of maps it. Otherwise you run the risk of it creating a new status inside of your status column. Cool. That one is done. Going to leave that alone. And then the next piece here is Gmail. So we're going to send an email alert to my All CRM account. Fantastic. Add a recipient. Cool. Subject line. Let me just copy this over. Subject line is going to be right here. Content doc ready. Where are we at right here? Content doc ready. So this is going to be document name and then the content of the email message. You just say, here's the link, and I give it the WebView link. Cool. For that Google document. I hope this is all making sense. Awesome. Reduce that here. We're going to go WebView link. There it is. Save. Cool. At this point, let's go ahead and rename these things. Probably want to save along the way, just in case. Bad idea. Cool. And this is going to be the framework doc. Gonna rename. All right. Now, here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to click on save. And what we need to do is trigger this event. Here's how I'm going to do that to test this. I'm going to mimic, since I'm not going to take the time to record a whole nother note here and push it in, I'm going to simulate that. But you saw in the very beginning of the video that I had a note. I clicked a button, we waited, we watched the thing run, and then it uploaded that voice note right here to the voice notes, to my content ideas folder. Cool. I'm just going to download this one real quick. Download. Cool. So I just downloaded it to my desktop for quick reference. Grab it here. I'm going to drag it into the folder. So this is so we can trigger. I'll just keep both files. This is so we can trigger the action. So give it just a second to upload here. As soon as that's uploaded, we can go ahead and fire our automation. Cool. There it is. Now let's come on in. This is saved. It's configured. Let's go ahead and run once. So it saw the new file. It downloaded the new file. It is now transcribing that file. Fantastic. Let's see how so here's the transcript. Right now it is creating, this is the heavy lifting. This is where all the brain juice came in, is in this prompt right here, which link in description. So this is creating this. Is what's happening. Awesome. Still going. Great. Here comes the document. Here comes the Airtable record and the Gmail. Awesome. Let's look at right here. Boom. It just showed up. I love that. Yeah, we're going to create an Airtable. You know what happened here is it saw my old file. Let's go ahead and try that again. So we're going to, it's processing all of them. Check it out. So it's running the first one. Here's the third one. Okay. This is good to know. This is good to know. It saw I had how many content ideas that I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And it's firing on all of them because of how I configured this. To what you can do is to prevent that from happening. If that happens to you, to prevent that from happening, you switch it from by created time to by modified time. And then you would set that number to just 1 here. do is set this to modified time and set this to 1. It will only fire for that one audio file. If that makes sense. Cool. So I got 4 here. It should be running one more. What is this one? Did it give me? Cool. Okay, cool. So we got the right one here. This is really the one I'm after. If I go into this, you can see it's loading up. We're loaded for bear here. So this is cool. I mean, it's actually kind of neat to show you that, like, if you're having an inspired day, maybe you're at a workshop, right? Let's say you're at a workshop and you get hit with an idea. Just record it real quick, get your thinking down, brainstorm, and then forget about it. Later in the day, whenever you're ready, just click that upload button. You can actually automate that from your phone, so you don't actually have to click the button to upload it. I don't do it because it eats my battery. I just click the button once a day, let I'm ready. Off it goes. You're off to the races. Everything here gets kicked into a database for you, and all of your documents are created. So let's take a look at what we just did, which is right here. Voice note to organized document. Fantastic. So this is the one I was trying to show you. So you describe an innovative system. So right here, one of the things that I don't like, that just bugs me about Otter.ai, great tool, love it, use it on the regular, is it like it refers to me as third person. David Mason said, blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, man, like that's no, you. So I personalize this. So it gives me the general concept. The system for me does everything I need to make it super easy for me to log my ideas and upload it in one location. Just a playbook for me to follow. Allows me to record off grid. I don't have to go to find Otter AI to find my other stuff. So key concepts right here. You can see that. Assets involved. So I got the MP3 recorder, Google Drive, transcript, database, Gmail, make, content. Perfect. Set up and this just tells me exactly what I got to do to like create this content, which I just did for you. All right. Automation is done. One last thing I'll show you is that in the inbox here, you're going to have emails. Oop, that is the wrong person. There we go. This one looks good. And we're going to go into this. Boom. Here's the link. It's going to be the last output. Streamlining content. Perfect. There it is. That's how that works. Sick. So what do you think? Is this helpful for you? Is this something that you see a lot of value in for organizing your thinking and your ideas as a creator of content? Let me know in a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. Where I see this moving forward is not only having to go out and execute on creating the content itself for social posts and things like that, but I'm going to turn this straight up into a Jarvis type system where I just record on my phone super quick. When it updates, I'll have a router agent like somewhere in here, and that agent will determine, okay, what is the content of this file? Where does it need to go? And it will route it. So this is grocery list. This is coaching call idea for Laura. This is content idea for YouTube. This is gift ideas for girlfriend. This is like whatever it would be. It just creates the ongoing list rather than creating individual documents for each one of these things. I would just create sort of like a running log or a journal for each of those topics. So grocery list, gifts for girlfriend, whatever, and just have one document that I could push into versus individual documents for every single thing. But that's where I see this going 100%. Okay. Hope you found this valuable. If you did, I would love to like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments. And if you want this, link in the description. Happy building. Good luck out there. Cheers.